Whenever you're ready, Tanya, go ahead.
Good afternoon and welcome to Rotary. Doug Disler is scheduled to lead us in the invocation and pledge of allegiance as we begin the meeting. Don't see Doug is on here yet.
Yeah, I got him.
He's on?
Yep.
Perfect.
Looks like he's muted and his camera's off, but I just asked him to undo both of those.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Maybe he's away from the computer.
Okay, so we'll start with the pledge. If you can stand, please do. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Doug? Okay.
Dear Lord,
Yeah.
bless this Rotary organization that we're a part of, and help us keep you in mind as we go through our daily lives, and do all we can to be of service to others. Amen.
Amen. Thank you,
Amen.
Dave. For the 408 test, of all the things we think, do, and say, first, is it the truth? Second, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Sorry, excuse me. Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And our favorite, number 5, will it be fun? All right, you can be seated now. All right, John Bailey, are you ready to tell us about the updates on makeups?
I am. I have to admit I did a little folly here. I approved them before I could sound them off, and they disappeared. So I will do the best I can here. Starting with Jerry Albright, he had a few at the Vine Street Market, and let's see. Bear with me one second. Jerry had 2 at the Vine Street Market, and Mary Baskin had one on 815. And that's all I have on my screen right now. I apologize. I won't approve them before I sound them off next week.
John, that is what the good news is, and the silver lining here is that if you submitted a makeup, it got approved.
That is, they all got approved, and there were quite a few of them, I might add.
That's excellent. Thank you, everyone, for supporting our club with your time, and keep those makeups coming in. All right. Moving right along, Sheriff Ken, do you have a trivia question for us today?
I do have a trivia question. I sent in two. I'm going to read the one I have. And I kind of like this one. What is the official Illinois state reptile? Is it horned lizard? Is it painted turtle? Is it a box turtle or a red-bellied turtle? You want me to read that again?
Please do.
Do we have the votes in?
Ken, if you could go ahead and repeat the question.
Okay, what is the official Illinois state reptile? Is it A, horned lizard, B, painted turtle, C, box turtle, or D, red-bellied turtle?
We'll give everybody just a couple more seconds here. Looks like we got 11 more people that need to vote. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gonna end the polling. It looks like the general consensus is box turtle. What is the answer, Ken?
The answer is B.
Oh,
The
Painted.
painted turtle.
Painted turtles. That must be a snapper.
Snapper. Painted turtle, 23%.
Man,
Painted them.
I've had a box turtle as a pet, but I've never had a painted one.
I knew that would be a tough one.
all right. Do we have any happy bucks? Does anybody have any good news to share? And by the way, folks, if you're not comfortable doing Venmo for your happy bucks, you can still share your news, and then we can keep a tally of, you know, who owes happy bucks, and handle it that way if you're more comfortable doing that. We still want to hear from you. We still want to hear your good news. So please share away.
Hey, Tanya, this is Ken.
Hi, Ken.
My happy news is a couple of them. At the Davis McCarter household, we're all still very healthy, happy, alive. We've got 2 kids, one in middle school, one in high school, first year in high school. Everybody's doing well. I'm not going to say they're enjoying school, but they're back in school, so I'm enjoying that, and they're being homeschooled. So I'm teacher, principal, and the lunchroom lady. So we're all, I don't have my fishnet today, so I'll have to get that. And the other news is my son is fighting back to California. Yay!
Wow. That's great news. Well, I have a happy buck to share. My college girl started her flight training last week, and seems to be really excited about doing that. So she's in the thick of it. They are dealing with a few outbreaks on her college campus, thanks to a couple of sorority and fraternity parties. Thankfully, right now she's not sick, and hopefully she can stay that way. But that's a piece of good news from us.
I have a happy buck. I'll give a couple. I figured out how to pay Rotary through Venmo, so I'll send some money right now too. And our son Ben down in Sarasota, Florida, they have their fuel in and all they need for hurricane season. And we've had a good summer up here, and kids are back in school, grandkids, and happy. It is a lot quieter, even though they're not here all the time. I'll send $3.
Perfect. Thank you, Dave.
I have a
Anybody else?
happy buck to share with everybody. So the Cub Scout pack that the O'Fallon Rotary Club charters has been doing very well so far, even in the midst of virtual schooling and everything, and has been able to recruit upwards of 10 new Cub Scouts into their program. So not only them, but a couple other packs in the O'Fallon area have been doing really well and have been getting kids out and active in the community. So very happy time and very exciting as well.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Grayson. All right, if there are no more happy bucks, then we'll move on to announcements and club news. So real quick, just want to share with you guys a couple pieces of news. First of all, thank you so much to Vine Street Market volunteers for this past Saturday. We had Jill, Chad, Jerry Albrecht, Daryl Cook, and Gary Owen, who all volunteered. Thank you so much for posting the pictures online. Also want to highlight the fact that if you're having trouble with Zoom or you have any questions about the digital format, please feel free to reach out to Grayson. His email is in DACDB, or if you want to click the button on your newsletter, it sends an email directly to Grayson. And then right before the meeting starts, he'll put you in a private room so he can maybe try to walk you through some of the troubleshooting with that, or refer you to some helpful articles to try to help really improve your Zoom experience. We also have on September the 18th, we have our upcoming fundraiser, and it is a virtual trivia night that is open to the community. So you may have seen some of the signs around town, and thank you to the Rotarians who volunteered to put signs in their yards or at their businesses. There are ways you can support the club. So just like I said in the email, you can either sign up as an individual or sign up, with your spouse. You can sponsor a team. You can sign up a team. You can promote the event. You can post a sign in your yard. You can tell everyone you know. You can share on Facebook. This is, just like I said in my email, we're not sure what our fundraising capabilities are going to be in the early spring. And so we want to try to do this. Plus, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of people out there right now who, they can't leave their house. They can't do anything outside of the home. And so they want to do something fun. This is a great opportunity for that. So that's the big ones. And then we'll move on to our Pepsi versus Coke. Anything else? Any other announcements at this time? Okay. All right. Today, our Pepsi versus Coke volunteer is Karen Dusman, and she is one of our newer members. And so a few facts about Karen. She adopted her kids through foster care 5 years ago on May the 15th of 2015, and they had spent 555 days in foster care. So if that's just a very number-rich piece of information. She's been self-employed her entire adult life and has spent 15 years in the publishing industry. So she's currently working on launching her new business. She moved here from the mountain town of Prescott, Arizona, where she created the Whiskey Row Street Dance, a 4th of July street dance, free concert, and fundraiser for the community. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you so much.
So as you know, we do our Pepsi or Coke is just a way to get to know the Rotarians in our club. And so it's an either or question, much like probably your kids have played with different trivia books. So it's rapid fire. You just answer ever how you feel.
Okay.
So do you prefer cake or donuts?
Cake.
Would you rather go to a concert or a play?
Concert.
Do you prefer popcorn or peanuts?
Popcorn.
Would you rather watch 2.5 Men or 2 Broke Girls?
Oh, I don't watch TV, so neither.
All right, so then you're probably not going to answer for Netflix or Hulu.
Netflix, because we don't have Hulu.
Okay, all right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay. And do you prefer books or a movie?
Books.
What is a great book that you've recently read?
Let's see. I'm currently reading about 6 books. So I'm reading The Connected Child, which is about raising adopted kids with trauma. I'm rereading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'm reading Sapiens, which is a wonderful read. If nobody on here has read it, Sapiens is a really critical thinker and will really make you kind of dive deep into the hows and whys of the structure of culture.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm a big voracious reader, I think would be the word. So I have a stack on my nightstand and stack in my Kindle. I think it's really important that I've got little kids, so I think it's really important that they see me read books. Oh, and I'm reading Carol Burnett, In Such Good Company, which is hysterical. It's absolutely hysterical. I'm actually rereading that one. It is, yeah. So, books. We're a big book people.
Well, we may need to have you help us launch a book club in our club. Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Wonderful. Who is your most inspirational person that you've ever met?
My dad.
Oh,
Yeah. So, yeah, he came from nothing, built a business. Yeah. It was,
nice.
yeah.
Wonderful. Well, Karen, thank you so much. And what made you join the Rotary Club?
As I was getting ready to launch a new business, I realized that having only lived in O'Fallon for a couple years, that I hadn't put down the roots here that I really wanted to. And I decided that I am at my best when I am giving back and I am doing good works for others, and the rest of it just kind of falls in line. So I met Mary Alice online and had a 3-hour cup of coffee with her one day, and poof, I was a Rotarian.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Mary Alice, for bringing her. And we're so glad you're in our club. And we're looking forward to the different ideas and talents that you bring to our club. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Tanya, you're muted.
Thank you. I was looking to see if Tom was on here to make the introduction. Don't have.
Looks like he is. Give me 1 second to find him.
Okay.
Okay, now I don't see him.
Don't see him. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So I apologize. So we have Dan Toenjes, and he is with Toenjes Brick in Columbia, Illinois. And he's going to be updating us on the current state of commercial building in the Metro East. They do a ton of commercial work here. And so he's going to give us an update on what's going on in our area. Dan?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. Talked to Tom the other day and briefed him a little bit. Work seems to be strong in the area. Some of our projects initially got shut down in March due to the virus, but those jobs themselves are back up and running. So I think for the moment, everything is looking as good as it can, considering the pandemic at this time.
Do you, are you having any trouble with workers being on the job site, staffing, materials, any of those challenges?
The biggest challenge so far has been materials, just from different vendors, getting materials on time. A lot of different items that affect me are in other trades, you know, door frames, steel, things like that, that are delayed for other trades affect us because then our job can't be ready for our portion. As far as the crews on the jobs, we've tried to be overprotective, if anything. So we've had people miss a lot of work waiting on results and different things. And fortunately, we have not had any problems yet. But we've really tried to be proactive with everything, but it's a very difficult thing to navigate.
What jobs are you working on in our area right now?
We just finished Michael's in Shiloh. We're starting the shops at Richland Creek across from the Drury Inn. We've got some apartments in O'Fallon and a retirement home in O'Fallon and Faith Lutheran Church in O'Fallon. A lot of work in O'Fallon right now. That's where we're at. And we go all over the circle of the St. Louis market, but that's the areas we're in now, close to you.
So I work in residential real estate, and we're seeing people buying more real estate in our area than we've seen in many years. Are you getting a sense that our area is growing exponentially right now, despite the despite this pandemic?
I think it is, because that shops development at Richland Creek, that's a big development. I've just got a small portion of it. We have 3 buildings and a Taco Bell. There's a lot more room for other things. And when someone's willing to continue commercial retail, some of it speculative, makes me feel pretty good about the area.
Very nice. Okay. Any other big jobs coming up that you can share with us at this time?
Well, we're on some schools in St. Louis. We got a large school in Webster Groves and Troy, Missouri. Dobbs in Edwardsville that was put on hold initially right away in March. Seems like everything happened on a particular Friday, probably for all of us, that job was suspended. But they've waited and watched how things were progressing, and they decided to go ahead and get their job going also. So we have not had any contracts taken away due to the virus, but those couple of jobs were suspended, but now they're both back running. Also, another job in the area, we're doing that Dandy Moto Mart right at the border, I guess, of Fairview and O'Fallon. That's a pretty big job for us that we're starting next week.
Very nice.
So we're fortunate to have the work we have right now. A lot of it seems like a lot of it is due to the weather we've had all year and the virus. Kind of everything's inched its way to this final quarter of the year. Not out of planning, but that's just how it's all worked out.
Interesting. Okay. We'll open up the floor for questions from Rotarians. Guys, if you'll raise your hands, We can unmute you and you can ask your questions. Any questions?
This is Dave.
Go ahead.
Is there any automation coming in your business, Dan?
You know, there are some particular machines. There's actually a bricklaying machine and a block laying machine. I've been to several seminars on those, and I'm still on the fence of what I think. So we're still doing it the traditional way. You know, scaffolding and forklifts have come a long way, but we still install, you know, by hand, obviously. So, but there are things that are coming, and we'll see how if they last.
So we have a couple of questions from Charlie Pitts. Has there been any changes to wages from the pandemic? And are you able to find sufficient workers for all your jobs?
There's been no changes in the wages up to this point. Sufficient workers, that's a great question. We have tried to stay staffed. We try to not load up and lay off. We try to keep the same crew consistent, which has always been beneficial for us, because there's definitely a retiring number of bricklayers and hod carriers. Those are the two trades that I employ, that I work with. And we definitely are in need of new apprentices in the local. You know, right now I have 3. I think in '06 I had 9 in our company. So we're down. The locals are certainly down, both Illinois and Missouri, that I'm signatory to. So we definitely need more youth coming up.
Charlie followed up with how many folks do you currently employ?
Today we have 48, and it fluctuates. Someone's always on vacation, but right in that 48 to 50 area. And I can see us adding another 10 or 12 before to get the work done that people would like to have finished by year end. We're going to need to add some people.
Perfect. Kevin Meter says, Dan, it seems like most businesses have some or all of their workforces working remotely. Do you think businesses may not need as much space moving forward and keep the majority of their employees working from home?
That's definitely something I've thought about. I know a lot of the people that we deal with in Salesforce and manufacturing, they're still working at home. So I can definitely see companies right-sizing their space to accommodate that. You know, I've even seen prototypes of, I believe it was a Sonic that had a totally different drive-through system. It was almost like a car wash that had multiple order lanes that funneled over to a pickup lane, and it was really like a carry-out only type restaurant besides the drive-through. So I think, I think in the years to come, we're going to see a lot of things never go back to the way they were before this.
Tom Sullivan asked, will the brick and block laying machines eliminate bricklayers? If so, what would they transfer?
Well, they really don't eliminate them. They're trying to promote them as helping them as far as keeping their bodies in shape. As far as block laying is pretty difficult over time. So the bricklayers actually work with the block machine and they feed the bricklaying machine. So it won't eliminate the bricklayers. The bricklayers will work hand in hand is the idea. And there are still
and
tasks
hopefully
that. Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
And there's still tasks that the bricklayers will have to complete with both machines.
And hopefully that'll encourage more young people to take up that trade as well.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of youth over the years, and a lot of the guys that started with me as high school kids, well, now they're in their early 40s, so they're still young men, but we need more 18, 19, 20-year-olds to follow in their footsteps.
Rick Van Etten asked, you mentioned a Taco Bell the new shops at Richland Creek. What other businesses are there slated to come in?
You know, on the retail side, I'm not sure what is coming in. I know there's been discussing multiple tenants, different phone stores. It seems like what I see is a lot of the times when a new retail comes in, a little bit older retail will be abandoned to go to the new retail. I'm not positive what is going in the 3 buildings that we're doing. The Taco Bell will kind of sit in the corner towards Menards, and the other 3 retails are out in the center of the development.
There's a car wash schedule go in.
Yeah, you know, you're right. I did hear that. We're actually doing 3 tidal waves in St. Louis. I believe it's a tidal wave that's wanting to come in there.
Also a mattress firm.
Okay.
Dave Plocker says, what can an apprentice employee make in terms of income?
Well, they would start out at a percentage, so they would start at around $14.50 an hour and a partial package of the benefits, and then they progress over 3 years based on hours. So a young person that works here ideally would get more hours than maybe somewhere else because we try to stay busy, so they're going to go through the program quicker. So it can be a great career. It's been a great career for me. I started when I was 19. I went in business when I was 26. So this next January will be my 25th year in business. And I've enjoyed it as a bricklayer and as a business owner. It's a great trade, and it's a lasting product.
Wonderful. Let's see here. What can you tell us about the apartment community that you're building in O'Fallon?
This is at Hartman Lakes on the corner of Frank Scott and Hartman. We have built 9 buildings already, and now there's 3 more buildings that are going in, because I think the 9 buildings that I worked on, I think they were mostly booked before we even left the job site ourselves, and we're not the last trade to leave. So apartments seem to be a huge thing. In St. Louis, we are on several really, really high-end apartments. I mean, the rent on the apartments in St. Louis are more than most people's house payments. I'm not sure where all those people are coming from, but we've worked on probably 10 or 12 really large developments in St. Louis on high-end apartments, and they just seem to keep going. We've got 2 more that we're ready to start. We've got the Hill, and then we should have Sunnin Apartments, the second phase of that. That's on Laclede Station in St. Louis, in Maplewood, basically.
And then, have you heard anything about what's going on out at, is there any things that are going on out at Reeder Road? Are you working on any projects out there with the new complex out there?
I have been told that I think they want to put up some bigger warehousing, and I believe that's where it's going, similar to the ones in Pontoon Beach that are big tilt-up structures. Typically on those, we would build a small block pump room, a really small scope of that size job. And I thought I heard something about Gateway or St. Louis Bobcat moving to that interchange, but I have not seen any plans on that.
Okay. All right. Okay, any other? Walter Denton says Taco Bell, car wash, Five Guys, Popeyes, doggy daycare.
Okay.
Oh, Ken Davis says, are you getting more women in the trades?
No, honestly, no. And it's really by choice of not wanting to do it. I worked when I was an apprentice. There was a lady around my age at that time. It was a long time ago. I was a lot younger. And there was a couple female laborers / hod carriers. You know, basically we used to have our own local called hod carriers, and now they've been basically taken by the laborers as one group. So no, there are not a lot of female bricklayers or hod carriers.
Okay. And for those of us who don't know what a hod carrier is, can you explain that?
Yeah, so the hod carrier will stock off the job. They'll build the scaffolding and they'll run our forklifts. You've probably seen our forklifts on our jobs. So they bring the material to the bricklayers and the bricklayers install it. And that's oversimplifying it. They do a lot, but that's the basis of it. Is they bring it to us and we lay it.
Grant Litteken says 200 acres under contract by TriStar, working with everyone to make final arrangements on utilities and infrastructure. TriStar is expecting to break ground next spring. Thank you for the update, Grant. Well, Dan, I really appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you joining us today. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I appreciate you all for having me. And I appreciate it.
Well, if you're ever, I know you're in Columbia, but if you're ever looking for a Rotary Club, you know, we're one of the largest in the area and we are the oldest, and we would love to have you consider making us your home club.
Okay, well, I appreciate the invitation.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You too, thank you.
All right, guys. So are there any more announcements?
If I may, I got 3 phone numbers here, if you don't mind. It's for attendance. 530-2844, 530-9002, and 281-9292. If you don't mind, send me a chat. Let me know who you are so I can count you.
Okay.
Tanya, are you still planning to have a board meeting this Friday?
Yes, I was going to send out an email after this meeting to everyone reminding them. So yes, we will have a board meeting this Friday at noon. And it will be virtual this week. So board members, look for that email. Club members, if you want to attend a board meeting, you're certainly welcome to. But you'll need to send me an email or a text or give me a phone call to let me know, and I can send you the Zoom link as well. Looking to see if we've got any hands raised or any questions. Nathan?
Reports by when for the board meeting?
I would like to have them by Thursday, but I know people are busy. But if you could get them to me by Thursday, that gives me plenty of time to get them out to the board. Jerry, you always get yours in early. So it's whenever you get them in is probably the appropriate time. Nathan Parchman, are you available?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Nathan. Did you want to say a few things about the upcoming trivia night and what we've got going on with that?
Yeah, I'd like to. Brooklyn, back up. Sorry. We got the trivia night coming up, and it's on September 18th, as you can see there with the background. So what we're looking to do, Tanya's got some awesome signs made up. She had 20 or 25 of those made. So if you know somebody that has a great location to put those, let's try to get those out. Let's do our best promoting this. Tanya's done a wonderful job of finding this company to team up with. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a movie trivia. I think it will be a good kickoff. If this event goes well, it'll be a good fun evening for the family, your friends, everybody, just to kind of get together, raise some money for the community and the Rotary Club, as well as just enjoy time when you can't go out and eat dinner with everybody and just have a normal time. So it's on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook, please share this. Go to our Rotary page, share it, and then try to email people, get as many people involved as you can. If everybody could get 1 or 2 other people to do this, and they don't have to live in the area. That's the nice thing about this. They could be in Hawaii, they could be in Europe. If they're willing to stay up whatever time it is and whatever area they're at, they can do that. There's gonna be great prizes, so that'll be another plus. So there's a chance to win here, but the main thing is we're just trying to find alternative ways to raise money for the club. So I want to thank Tanya for all the work she's done on this, and you'll start seeing the signs up in the community in the near future. But if you know someone where we could put a good sign up, that'd be great. Just wanted to kind of pump the idea a little bit more. And I think if this one goes well, or we get a good start and get some traction, this could be a fundraiser we could do going forward a couple more times. So we'll kind of play it by ear and see how it goes, but we need all your help to make it successful.
Can you give any details around how it'll work? And
Sure. I'm happy to do that, Nathan. So
Okay.
basically, we have a couple of different options. You can sign up as an individual. It's going to be a team-based trivia night. So unlike how we do our meetings right now, where everybody's on the screen at the same time, in this particular setup, we're going to have breakout rooms. So let's say that you've got, so for Keith and I, we're going to actually invite his mom and his brother and his sister to be on our team. And they all live in different parts of the country. One lives in Portland, one lives in Lubbock, Texas, the other lives in Phoenix, Arizona. So we'll be able to have family members join in. And then what the company is going to do is they're going to create a breakout room for us that's specifically for us. And we'll still participate in the game. The question will come up, we'll answer the question. We're going to have a couple of presentations at the event. So we'll be able to share with non-Rotarians the wonderful things that we do as a club, and also help us to kind of expose people who may be considering joining Rotary, but they didn't know anything about it. So we'll have some of those presentations as part of the program. It's going to be about an hour and a half, so it's not going to be super long. And we're going to give away a $500 gift card for first place, a $250 gift card for second place, and a $100 gift card for third place. We do have a family package available. We're going to sell 50-50 tickets. We're also going to sell mulligans, just like with golf. So if you get to a question and you don't know the answer to that, you're stumped, you can use the mulligan code to still get points for that particular question. So you can buy one mulligan for $10 or 3 mulligans for $24. And then our 50-50 tickets, the price, I believe, is $5 a ticket, and it's a 5-pack for $20 or something like that. All of that is on the Facebook page and on the Eventbrite website. We're also taking cash donations for if people just say, you know what, I don't even want to deal with this. I just want to donate some money to the club and just be done with it. So that's something that is available as well. You can do a family fun package for the whole thing. And I believe that is $150. And that includes 3 mulligans, a 5-pack of 50-50 tickets, and then admission for up to 6 people, as well as a virtual movie background. It comes with 2 of them. And so if you are really into this and you're really having a great time, say you want to dress up as your favorite movie characters and you want to be in the actual movie set, you can do this. So those are some of the things that we're looking forward to that night. In speaking with the company that is doing this for our club, this has grown exponentially in popularity. They typically raise anywhere between $15,000 to $25,000 per event, because it's very popular right now with a lot of people who are just stuck at home and they want to get together with people, but they want to do something fun other than sit there and look at each other. So these events are very popular nationwide, and we'll be the first group, to my knowledge, in our local area that's doing something virtually. So this is a space that we could really promote and do something great with. The question was asked to me about why it is that we're going to be doing this time of year, that we were going to do the spring gala, and what it is that our giving really looks like. just so you know, the money that Rich raised last year supports what we're doing this year. And the money we raised this year supports what Dave Callahan is going to be able to do for his year. So we want to make sure that we're consistently able to have those reserves so that we can consistently give back to the community. Our giving is so important to so many people and they depend on it. And with as quickly as things are changing, I mean, you could list a laundry list of things that have changed for people in their personal lives. It's entirely possible that our giving may change in the future, and we need to be prepared for that so that we can continue to help our community. Any questions?
Are there any specific things that we're going to raise money for other than just next year?
So we're not going to drill it down to a specific cause because we don't want to limit anyone from not giving. So for instance, if we said, okay, we're just going to make this about scholarships, and then somebody said, well, but I really want it to go toward the Rotary Youth Exchange, or I really want to contribute to the Halloween parade. The platform that we have allows us to fundraise across the board for our traditional giving. And so we'd like to keep that so that we can continue to spread the love the way that we always do. In the future, if we do smaller events, then we may end up having to do flash fundraisers specifically as things come available. But we'd really like to put our best foot forward with this and see how we can truly make an impact. Any other questions? I'm kind of scrolling through right now, checking everybody's faces to make sure that nobody's got their hand up. Nathan, anything else to add?
The only thing I would say is it's the sign up is online. So if you click on the link there, it gives you all the details on it. We are going to have sponsorships as well. I think that was something, I don't know if you said that, I missed it, but the sponsorships for businesses, you can promote your business as well. And that's another way to support the club while also helping to support people's knowledge about your business or someone you may know. So that's a way that we could raise a little bit more funds as well. And that program will promote them on the website as we're doing the event. So that's the only thing I would add to it.
We currently have two $250 sponsors. Stephen Medford is sponsoring a round, and Allie Agar has agreed to sponsor a round as well. So, or Allie and Carl Agar, excuse me. The email came from Allie. But yes, they'll be sponsoring a round as well. So individual Rotarians can do it, businesses can do it. But when you sponsor a round, all of the questions will have the brand of whatever company is doing that. And then if you're the $500 sponsor, your logo or name will be behind the host for the entire duration of the event.
And we should go out to the Rotary Facebook site and look around.
Yes, Charlie Pitts has a question.
Yeah, so if I understand this room thing, basically the room is a website or a video chat among the group of folks in the room, and at the same time,
So it cuts the group down into private breakout rooms. And so like you're not in the room right now, we're in the room with 40 or 50 Rotarians. In this case, you would be in the room with basically 5 other people. And if you build your own team, then it's people you know. So if you've done FaceTime calls or Zoom calls with family and friends, it's much like that. Nobody else can get into the room without you.
And basically it's just like a FaceTime among friends where you argue about what the right answer is, and then I suppose submit the right answer via chat or something.
Exactly.
Hey,
Okay.
Charlie, if I could say it's Cindy Doyle, I often use the breakout rooms with my classes and let them have small group discussions, and then they come back into the big classroom. So that's kind of the way it's intended to be used.
Yeah, just there are an awful lot of people that aren't aware that breakout rooms exist. So when I go
I hope that
explaining it,
helps.
I need to make sure I have an understanding of how it is that it's going to work.
Absolutely. And so next week when we have the business meetings, we are going to try out the breakout rooms. So get
Good.
ready.
Well, I'll
Then we can kind of talk in committee.
count me in for the business meeting and I'll test it out with you.
There you go. Yeah, we're going to test it out, let everybody, you know, see how they like it. And it'll be good. Any other questions? That's a great question, Charlie. Thank you. All right. Well, if there's nothing else for the good of the club, then we are going to declare this meeting done. Thank you so much and have a great Rotary week. Thanks everyone for coming. All right. I don't know why you're showing up as Woody Almond on my screen.
Oh,
I've got you showing up as Woody. That's funny.
The Woody's still Woody's avatar is still here, and I can't remove him for whatever reason.
Woody's in. All right. Well,
We like
we survived that one.
Oh yeah.